So we were talking about the fact that what is real and what is not based on our how our mind perceive it. तो अगर हम इमोशंस के थ्रू चलेंगे देन अवर माइंड इज़ नॉट परसीविंग द रियलिटी बिकॉज द रियलिटी इज़ completely based on facts, and if we go by the emotions we are going in the delusional direction. So the point is which side we should have ourselves upon. First thing we need to understand is if we go by emotions, in the short term it could be a good thing, but in the long term it will completely havoc into conflict all the time. It has happened throughout our time. Like, it's not like emotions are only harmful for us. It is also harmful for somebody who are talking to, somebody we are talking to. Emotions somehow completely uh, submerge the fact, and that is the real problem. Like, emotions on some level has no understanding of how when to limit yourself. Facts do have an understanding of limit yourself, because then when facts end, curiosities happen, and then curiosity we generate evidence, we create more facts. So it is slow race with facts. With emotions there's no ending, and so delusions are completely getting overestimated throughout time now. And I think we need to understand the fact that how harmful it can be for us, for the people we are talking to, for people we are trying to address to. And even addressing our basic problems, emotions can literally have a general impact. So what would I suggest you do? That use emotions to, on some level, try to gather people so that you can communicate with them. But uh, the main issue will always be trust, and trust can only be built based on facts. So I would say that understand the fact that delusion plays a crucial role when it comes to conflict. Delusion and conflict are submerged together. Delusion is the starting point of any conflict. Any conflict that is being started always starts from delusion, whether in our personal life, whether in society, whether in the long term of anything. डिल्यूजन हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्फ्लिक्ट की तरफ ले जाता है. अगर डिल्यूजन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट की तरफ ले जाता है तो हमें डिल्यूजन से भागना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी पड़ जाता है दैन कि हमें कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में लड़ना. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में नहीं लड़ना है तो डिल्यूजन से भागो, और डिल्यूजन तभी भाग सकते हो जब सही और गलत में फ़र्क सही से आ पाएगा. एज लॉन्ग एज आप इमोशन से चल रहे हो तो प्रॉब्लम ये आएगी कहीं ना कहीं कि आपको डिल्यूजन अच्छे लगने लगेंगे, एंड दैट विल completely lead into a problem. It's not like that emotions that sound soothing are really great. No, they can be harmful as well. Most of the harmful things that happens on the basis of positive emotions only. So positive emotions can be dangerous for you. Negative emotions are already dangerous, but if fact is coming with the negative impact first, but in the long term it has a positive goal, then go based on facts. Or else there's no issues and we can talk about anything. But yeah, delusion is basically I like to talk about, because delusion is basically the any result into the greater conflict, and that is something which is very very important to understand what is delusion, to understand how our mind plays a crucial role into impacting those delusions, into creating those delusions, and how mind is basically a harbor of all the delusions on some level. And you need to escape out of your own mind. For that you need to escape out of from your own uh, understanding of yourself, because you cannot be judging yourself from your own mind. You have to judge yourself by trying it different things and getting into different things all the time. That is the only way you can understand yourself, or else there will always be a problem. Because if you go by your own mind and you judge yourself from your own mind only, whether positive negative, if you're judging yourself from your own mind, depends on the fact whether if you're going very positive, that could be a delusion. If you're going very negative, that could be a delusion. Both are delusion that will result into a conflict. So you cannot go by that way. So you have to practice in understanding yourself constantly practice yourself, uh, constantly try to practice what you are, and try to understand who you are, and through through various ways, and don't try to get into delusion, whether positive or negative, any kind of delusion, because it will somehow lead into those problems. And in a relationship only you will see these problems, that whatever relationship you are into, when you put too much delusion into it, even the positive ones, it will always lead into breakups or conflicts. Why? Because too much positive too much negative emotions always leads to conflict. We already know that. That happens very normal. But too much positive emotion can also lead into conflict, because both are actually delusions. And people, even the significant other, if they want a meaningful relationship, they will never be with someone who is going into too much delusion. डिल्यूजन के साथ कोई खड़ा नहीं होगा, चाहे पॉजिटिव हो चाहे निगेटिव हो। तो बहुत टॉक्सिक भी नहीं रहना है, बहुत अच्छा भी नहीं रहना है। ये दोनों ही डिल्यूजनल है और दोनों ही खतरनाक है। सो डोंट बी both of don't be extreme of both of these things. Try to play around both ways. Sometimes you can be little bit toxic, sometimes you can be little bit positive, but don't be a delusion guy. Trick your mind into thinking that you don't know about yourself, and in the end your mind will think that okay, uh, stop stop imposing delusion into this guy anymore. Try to make some facts, try to go by the facts, because this guy is playing both ways. And if you play around like a pirate, then it will be really helpful on some level, because your mind will not be able to, will not be able to predict who you are. It will not be known. It like attacking you through emotions will be difficult, because sometimes you play negative, sometimes you play positive in a certain way, not in a psychopathic way, but completely in a way that you can project yourself in a better understanding, or you can project yourself or communicate better with others. That is what you want, even in a relationship or anything, any relationship whatsoever. It's not like completely having a loving relationship with a partner. It has to be with someone of a relative as well. Like you cannot be boring both ways. Like completely negative is very boring. Completely positive is too boring. Both are insufferable to live with, and you don't want to be someone like that. So don't try to become someone like that. Don't try to use your goodness as a pre-marker for your morality, because that is not the case. Most of the goodness and kindness we know are very rare. And don't try to be too nice, because too nice is basically people go for all the time. They always go for someone who is, people always try to become too nice, and they think that it is somehow an opposite of being too negative. It's not. Both are delusional, both are exactly the same things, and both result into a very huge conflict, and that could be dangerous. So don't try to do that. Don't try to become that, and understand yourself. That will be great. Thank you.